Hello everybody, thanks for joining. Today we're going to work on a simple craft project for our backyard bush crafty camp series that I've been doing. Me and my son are going to show you how to make simple mason jar tiki torches and then add a little bit of a modification at the end that you might want to do instead of the tiki torch. So I'm going to show you here the supplies that you're going to need. They're very simple. You might have them on hand at your house. Otherwise, you can go down to the dollar store and grab them up. The only thing that you have to buy at another store is usually the tiki oil, which is about 10 bucks for about 100 ounces. All right, well, here we go. Thanks for joining. Okay, so to make the mason jar tiki torches, go to the dollar store, get a cotton mop top. They're about a whole dollar. But look, these are going to be what we're going to make our wicks out of. All right. You need a couple mason jars. I got some colored ones, or you could buy the glass color and make your own colors, or even put designs on them. Then we have the rings and the lids. You're going to need a drill with a couple different drill bits, one to ultimately match the size of your wicks here. 2 pieces of 2x4 to drill on, and some scissors to cut the wick, and some glue to make the lids. I've also added some scrap wire that I have laying around that we're going to strip out, and I'll show you what that's for later. Okay, for today's project, Julian's going to help me. Julian's my son.
Hi.
So we're going to work on this project together. It's a simple thing you can do with your kids too.
Don't get super glue on them. Okay, so what you're gonna need is so you could use any type of super glue, just don't get it on you. Now what we're gonna use is an E6000. Now first I think you have to put it on here, right?
Yeah, we're gonna glue the center piece of the lid to the ring. But
now what my art teacher taught me is to put the glue on the thing that you're gonna put on a paper or something like that. So you want to glue this, not this. But yeah, you could glue this because, you know what, just do whatever. Now you want to put this on here, I think.
Well, we didn't really have to do it, buddy.
Oh. Well, you want to do this. Don't get it on you. I just got some on me. No, hold this. Now, you're going to get this in here. Then you want to push it on there. Now, I got some on me. That's really bad. Well, not too bad for you. Just, yeah, you're going to eventually have to get it off. But really push it on there. Now, if there's excess glue, you may want to get rid of that before it dries. But you want to wait overnight for this glue to stay on there. Now, we already got some pre-glued ones here, so yeah.
They're already ready to go.
Yeah.
And just another note, you don't necessarily have to glue them. You could just use the rings inside with the lids as well, but I think the gluing probably is going to work better.
Yeah, it's probably going to hold on better. I'm done. Okay, so my dad is going to use the tiny drill bit, as you could see here, and you could do that way you don't get metal shavings everywhere.
Yeah,
and then eventually we're going to use this one, and when you, okay, you could drill it now, Dad. Now, you don't have to get it centered, but it's probably better for the thingy. Now, what we're going to do next is when we get this on here, the glue on me is starting to dry. Once we get this on there, once we start doing this, that's going to have less metal shavings. And now it has to be as big as your wick. We got a mop thingy from the dollar store. That way, like these could be used as wicks. But you could just buy normal wicks. Now, let me get that glue off me.
So we drilled our pilot hole. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger now.
Yeah.
Just hold the ring. And the reason we do that is just so we don't have a bunch of sharp pieces sticking out.
That's what it said. But okay, now that you have this hole, it should be about the size of our wick. So here, let me check. Now,
they can't see you because I'm pointing down at this. So
yeah. Okay, now we got this from the dollar store, and you don't have to get it from the dollar store. You could probably buy wicks, but we got this because this is the only thing we could find. Now, what you want to do if you have a mop thingy like this, you want to get this and go. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, you're going to need to use your strong hand.
Okay.
You got to keep the wick tight to cut it.
Yeah. This has already been like almost a minute.
There.
Okay, now with this, you'll now remember what I said earlier, that this has to be about the same size as your wick. Now, since you did that, this hole is gonna be open, and that's gonna be the size of your wick. Now let me find that right there. Sorry, a little hard to do that. And then pull it through, that way it doesn't automatically go through. Now this is what it should look like, and eventually you'll get it on the mason jar. You could choose whatever mason jar. Now we got a wick here, and we got a mason jar. Now we got different colors. You could choose which mason jar you want, but I'm gonna go for purple. Now what you want to do is fill it up about a third of the way. A third of the way. Now where's the third? Is it right here?
About right here.
Here?
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be right about here. And now mason jars are probably gonna be the best for this because they got this on here. But you don't have to use a mason jar. You could use one that at least has these on here. Now, once you fill it up with oil, which we don't have the oil on us right now, you're gonna want to put that in there, and then you want to close it up like this. Then you'll see the wick. Eventually you'll get a lighter and go fire.
Okay, the next thing, the reason I had these spare wires brought over is what we're going to do is we're going to make a hanger out of the copper from inside. So you would just take a normal stripper and strip the insulation, the outside plastic off of the wire, and you'll get black, white, and then also the ground wire. This one's been sitting around, so you can see the copper's all already got corrosion on it. But you'll use this part to make your hangers. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we got the jar ready in our wire. The easiest way to do this, there's a little rim on the jar right here. So we'll wrap the wire around that rim. And you want to leave a little bit on the tail end because we're going to tighten it up over here on the back side. So all I'm going to do is a simple twist. I'm just going to start twisting the copper around that rim. So it's not real pretty, but that's what it is. And then you can either do a little twist here and twist it on down, and then you hang it on like a nail, or if you have a post or something where you want to wrap this all the way around the post, and you can twist it again. So that just makes a simple hanger for your tiki torch. Okay, so there would be the final product. This would be a screw into your wood or whatever, and this would be hanging down and out.
Yeah, why don't we get that up a
But
little
that's
bit?
just a simple hanger. That's a simple idea.
There we go.
And then whenever you need to replace your oil, you can still take the top off while it's hanging and put more oil inside of it, and then put the top back on, or change out your wicks, whatever you need to do. Go.
Now with the drill and mason jars and dollar store items, you can make these. Don't forget about the wiles. Now, I think the dollar store has mason jars. I don't know, but you could go check. And thank you for joining. And yeah.
All right, mason jar tiki torches. I just wanted to show you a quick modification you can do if you don't want to do oil lamps in your yard. Dollar store, solar light. Here we have another mason jar, lid glued together, or you could just use a regular jelly jar or whatever you have around the house. This is a simple way to do this. You can decorate the jar as much as you want, but I did learn from experience that these lids don't stay waterproof. So the best way to do this is to go ahead and separate the light from the post, stick the light in upside down, seal up the jar, flip it over. That way your solar section in there will get sun. Move it out into the sun so that the batteries can charge. And then at night, when it gets dark, you might be able to see this. No, it's not dark enough. But then that'll light up. So that's a simple solution. If you want a quick, easy mason jar lamp with dollar store items.